In the last video we looked at breaking up root 45 and root 20 into this 3 root 5 that we have here and the 2 root 5 and being able to add them together. So what I thought I'd do in this video is give you 3 examples here that maybe you want to pause the video and have it go breaking those up in the same way, and then I'll go through them one by one and hopefully you can get an idea of really what we're trying to do here, because I'm not sure 2 examples is really enough for you to get a good idea of what's going on. So we'll start with root of 18. The root of 18, that can be broken down. We want to find a square number within there, a multiple, a square multiple in there that we can take. So the root of 18 can be split into 9 times by 2, with 9 being our square number there. And then once again, like before, like we had up here, we can split it into the root of 9 times by the root of 2, and then that is the same. The root of 9 is 3, so we get a nice 3 root 2 there, 3 amounts of root 2 in there. So we'll do exactly the same with this one, with the root of 12. We can say that 12 can be broken down, well 12 can be broken down into a number of things. You could have 8 times 1.5, but we can't use half numbers. You could say it's 6 times 2, but 6 and 2 aren't square numbers, neither of them are square numbers. So we can use 4 times by 3. 4 times by 3, because 4 is our square number in this instance. So then we can say that that's the same as the root of 4 times by the root of 3, and then the root of 4 becomes 2, so we get a 2 root 3 there. And then the root of 72, this one is actually slightly trickier. Maybe I should have warned you about that earlier on, but the root of 72, we can split that into 9 times by 8, 9 times by 8, which will then be the root of 9, just like we had earlier, times by the root of 8. And then what we can do is say, just like before, we're going to get a 3 root 8 here. But this root 8 is not complete, because what we can do further with that is we can say over here the root of 8 can be split into the root of 4 times 2, which then becomes root 4 times by root 2, which then becomes 2 amounts of root 2. So we now have, if I go over here, we now have 3 times 2 root 2. So think of this surd as if it's just an x. What would you do if you had 3 times 2x? Well, you would say times this 3 by the 2 here, so times 3 by 2, and you would get 6 amounts of x. And that's exactly the same as what we do with surds. No difference whatsoever. So we're going to say we have 6 amounts of root 2. And you can check that if you have the calculators that give it to you in this form. But I thought I'd give you some examples there, just a few quick ones for you to have a go at. And then in later videos we'll go on to some more advanced stuff.